Welcome to Frog It or Finish It, the exciting show where I pull out all of my crochet works in progress and I go through them and try to decide if I'm going to finish the project or unravel it, and most likely get overwhelmed and really discouraged at how many things I haven't completed. All right, I'm going to be really exposing myself here. I have so many crochet whips and I need to deal with them. If you watched my resolutions video, you know that in 2025, I want to complete 5 of my crochet whips from 2024. So that means I need to go through my works in progress and decide what 5 I want to focus on, and also decide if there's any projects that it's just time to let them go. Let me gather all of my works in progress. Are you feeling stressed yet? Because I am. Okay, I couldn't even find my phone in this mess, but I'm going to show you really quick a clip of what the area around me looks like, because it's a hot mess. In some ways, I don't feel like I have as many whips as I thought I did, but it's still a lot. We'll see how this goes. First up, I have a top-down sweater I am working on. It does not have sleeves yet. This I am going to exclude from the possibility of being a whip from 2024 that I finished, because I got this yarn for Christmas and I started right at the very end of the year. So this is technically a whip. I'm not really counting this as far as anything. This will get finished probably in the next week here. Oh no, this back. Okay, this project, it's so cute and it's so frustrating. Years ago, you can find this video, I got a bunch of these Vanish Choice little palettes things. The colors are so cute. Honestly, I love Vanish Choice. Such fun colors, such nice, good yarn. And with the little palettes, they're little mini skeins, and I didn't really have enough to make a full project. So I thought I will combine them with some other Vanish Choice yarn that I already had on hand and make just a fun, funky colored cardigan. However, I have reassembled this thing like 5 different times, and I can't get it to fit quite right because I keep trying to make what I have work, but really I've needed extra yarn all along. I finally did buy the extra yarn, so I have everything I need to complete it, but I'm so frustrated with this project because, like I said, I have sewed it together like 5 different times. But this is something I don't want to unravel. I really do want to finish this project. However, this is not a good contender for one of the 5 whips I want to complete in 2025. This is a finish it, but probably not anytime soon. Okay, let's go to this one. This is a basket I'm working on. I'm using this fabric yarn I made and a magic yarn ball, holding them together to make a basket. This should be pretty quick to finish up. The reason I haven't really worked on it is because the sheet that I made the fabric yarn from, it sheds a lot because it's just rough edges. I don't know what you call them in sewing. It's like not finished edges. So once I get it crocheted together, it's not a big deal and it doesn't shed, but as I'm working with it, it sheds everywhere. Like right now, I'm covered in the little tails and fringe pieces from this. Having said that, this is going to be one of my contenders of a 2024 whip that I'm going to complete this year, so this is a finish it. Okay, let's look at this. Oh yeah, I know what this is. I like making baby blankets and I donate them. And one of the things with crochet is sometimes the baby blankets get really thick, heavy, and stiff. And so what I found is I really like making baby blankets with very fine yarn, because look at how much stretch and drape, and it's thin and lightweight. You can see it's got nice like drape there. The downside is it takes a really long time because you use such a small hook on small stitches. I want to make this into a baby blanket. However, I was using a pattern of mine that I'm hoping to get on Etsy. That's another one of my resolutions. And I just can't get it to work quite right with this yarn, and I need to adjust the pattern just a little bit, but I keep restarting it and it's just not going well. So that tells me that the best decision for this project is to frog it. It'll get made into a blanket someday. These pieces are not going to be the start of that blanket. Oh, this is a fun one. I should have finished it this year. I did not. So way back in the day on my channel, I did like an ugly Christmas sweater crochet along. And I used a bunch of yarn from my great grandmother to make an ugly Christmas sweater. It was so cute, like it's tacky but adorable, and I loved it. However, I thought all the yarn I was using was acrylic, and it turns out it was not. I wore my ugly Christmas sweater a few times and then I washed it. And when I washed it, some of the yarn shrank and felted, which meant that it was too small. I couldn't wear it, couldn't fit my arms through it. And so unfortunately, I had to unravel that project. When I unraveled it, I got rid of all the felted weird pieces that shrunk in the wash, but I did hang on to everything else and I wanted to turn it into a new project. So I'm working on this Christmas cardigan. I haven't worked on this in like 2 years probably, but it's gonna be a Christmas cardigan when I'm done with it. You've kind of already seen the back. This is one of those ones where you make the hexagons and fold them into a cardigan. Oh my gosh, I forgot how cute this is. I really want to finish this. So this is definitely going to be a finish it. This is going to be one of the ones that's going to be a good contender for the 5 whips I complete in 2025. This one is a top. You might have seen it last summer if you saw my video about crochet summer wardrobe. This one is mostly done, but this is one that I really want to try something funky with. Right now it's a crop top length. I'm not a big crop top person, but what I want to do with this is make the bottom half of the top be interchangeable. If I can get my sister to help me sew, then I will have her sew like fabric bottoms for it. I want to crochet some different bottom pieces for the top. This is probably my craziest crochet clothing idea yet, but I think it could be really fun and unique. Technically, I could weave in the ends and wear this as is, but again, I'm not a huge crop top person, but I still have a vision for this. So this project, I'm going to finish it. Now I've got a Tunisian project. Again, this is one I have been working on for years. I've already made one of these and I wanted to do a tutorial on how to make like a t-shirt kind of top out of Tunisian crochet using a very simple process that you can also customize to fit your body. I need to finish filming this and it just has not happened. I really thought I was going to get this done back in the fall, but I did not. I really want to get this done. This is going to be a finish it, and one day I will share this project with y'all. Will it be this year? Will it be in 10 years? I don't know. One day y'all will see a tutorial for this. This box makes me angry. I always forget that I don't actually like knitting. Every now and then I go on a kick where I want to knit something and I look up tutorials and I start knitting, and then once I get into the project I'm like, oh yeah, I don't enjoy knitting. So much respect for people out there who knit and enjoy knitting. I'm not very good at it, and I feel like it goes so much slower for me compared to crochet. Crochet, I enjoy the monotony and repetition of it. Knitting, I do not. This was gonna be a baby blanket, but I was doing this weird construction with it because my hooks or my knitting needles weren't long enough to make the project wide enough, so I was making these like stripes or panels and I was gonna seam them together. This is a really, really tough one when it comes to frog it or finish it. I have put so much time and effort into this. It's honestly a decent size, so I could just crochet a border around it. I already went ahead and crocheted a border, so I could just work on the sides to make it bigger. That is gonna make the fabric have really weird drape though, because it'll be drapey with the knit in the middle, and then the edges will be stiffer with crochet if I were to do that. Part of me is like, just unravel it, walk away from the project, and knit defeat. However, I cut the yarn a lot because I wanted to keep changing up color just to make it all fun and funky. I've made my decision. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be a frog it because even though I'm gonna have a bunch of tails, this is all Caron Simply Soft yarn. What I'm gonna do is, even though it's shorter sections, I'm going to frog it, and then I will make a Caron Simply Soft magic yarn ball where I connect it all together, and then from that, I can crochet a baby blanket. I think that's what I'm gonna do with this. Either way, it's time to let go. I'm going to frog it. This one's gonna hurt. Let me see what is in this bag. Yes, this is another project that's been a project for many a moon, and it's one that I want to share with y'all. I was making this mosaic style bag. It's just kind of fun and funky, and I really wanted to do a tutorial on it, and in fact, I have already started filming the tutorial. That was probably like 2020 or 2021 when I started filming that tutorial. The footage so far shows the base of the bag. I want to finish the tutorial and finish the project. I don't know if this will be one of the 5 for the year, but I really do want to share this tutorial. We're going to finish it. You want to know how bad this situation is? I have so many whips that I have whips that aren't even mine. Emily, if you're watching this, which I know you're not, you need to finish your tooth. So I made these crochet teeth for my dentist that at the beginning of last year have a little pattern over on my community tab. And anyways, my sister wanted to make one for a friend, so we were hanging out. I had this yarn left over from one of her projects, so I was like, sure, you can use the yarn. It's sparkly. I don't think you can see that on camera. She was wanting some help with it, so I was guiding her through. And yeah, she started it. She hasn't finished it, and somehow it ended up living here and didn't go home to her house. Yeah, I've got whips that aren't even mine. That about sums it up. This is a she better finish it project. Oh, this is a fun one. This is another yoke top down, I think this one's called raglan sweaters. This is like oversized, and I did it really loose, and this yarn has this really nice halo to it. So this is something I'd layer here in the winter. It ended up a lot longer than I meant it to be, but it's just kind of fun, oversized. This is absolutely a finish it. This is a good contender for finishing in 2025. In fact, I kind of want to get it done this month. I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling good about this project. Here is a big bag. In here are these hexagons, these little flower motifs. Again, this was probably back in 2020 or 2021 that I started it. I'm designing a blanket, and I have started filming the tutorial for it, but I have not finished filming the tutorial for it. I've got pretty much all the motifs made. I just need to film making a motif and then assembling. I feel good about this one. I think that not only is this a finish it whip, I think this is a finish it in 2025. Although my finish it pile of whips is growing rather big, so I might be a little overzealous here, a little overambitious. Ah, yes, this project. I have this clearance Hobby Lobby yarn. It's very similar to Feels Like Butter yarn. So I didn't have enough for a baby blanket, so I was like, oh, I'll make a baby lovey. I want to make a baby lovey where I have the gray as like the blanket portion of it. I want to put a green frog on top of it, like the little frog head and little like arms, and then do a green border around the loving. I really want to finish this one. This is for sure going in the finish it pile. I don't know if it'll happen this year though. Oh, this is cute. I forgot about this. I went to Friends and Fiberworks Epic Yarn Shop. If you're ever near there, stop in. It's really cool. And I got this, I think it's bamboo pop. My brain's blanking on the name of it. I'll pop up with it. Anyways, it is a cotton bamboo blend, which I love bamboo yarns. This is mostly done. I'm making this cute little like tank top out of it. However, I got a little bit too baggy under the arms. I don't love the way it's fitting, but this is not an unravel it. This is a, I'm gonna tweak it and make it work. This is for sure a finish it. I already know what's in here, and this is another one of those painful projects because I already know that I'm going to frog it. Way back in the early days of my channel, I finally figured out how to crochet cables. And I thought to myself, I want to make a crochet sweater with cables. And so this project was born. The cables are so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. This project has had many iterations, many ups and downs, highs and lows. And what it comes down to is 1, I don't like the way that it fits. And 2, even if I were to adjust the fit to the point where I like it, this is mandala yarn, which is an acrylic yarn. And I have found that when I crochet clothing with acrylic yarn, I get way too hot and sweaty. And so the reality is I don't think I will ever actually end up wearing this. When I'm done filming this, I'm gonna try it on. So you're gonna kind of be seeing how it fits and my thoughts. But unless when I put it on, it feels really comfortable and fits really great, this is a frog it. On a happier note, this is a fun one. I'm working on a snowflake wall hanging. This would be a really contender to be one of my Etsy patterns. I've got the bulk of it done. I just want to add some extra like detailing and trim just to make it a little more intricate and festive. If I do want to get this out on Etsy this year, this will need to be a finish it this year. Either way, this is a finish it. Another fun one. This project is going to be a cover-up dress. This is also one I want to do a tutorial on. It looks kind of weird right now. But this will be like a beach cover-up, or I can wear like a dress layer underneath it. Again, I want to show y'all my process for this because it's working up really nicely. It's one of those ones that you can customize to fit your body really well. And the construction is a lot simpler than you might expect. This is a finish it. Now this project's complicated. kind of because I made it more complicated than it needed to be. That's kind of the main thing. I am working on a cardigan using a like star stitch. I can't think, it might be the star stitch. Anyways, it's a really pretty stitch pattern. This yarn has like this nice elasticity to it. So it's pretty thick the way I'm working it up, but it's got really good drape. And it'll be really cute when it's all said and done. However, I think I might have started this like in a dumb way, basically making it harder for myself than it needs to be. Yeah, so unfortunately this is a frogget, but I will still be making this project. I just need to have a different construction. I'm going to use the same yarn, same stitching, but for now it's a frogget. Then the last thing that I have here, this is a basket of balls, as in crochet balls of different shapes and sizes. This is something I'm really excited about. I don't know that this will happen this year. I've got a lot more work and effort to put into it, but last year I had a little sudden moment of inspiration. If you don't know this about me, I was a math major, so I'm that nerd who likes numbers, and one of the things that I like about crochet is it's very math-based. To create the shapes, you've got to constantly be counting stitches. To be fair though, I'm terrible at counting stitches too. Being good at math does not make you good at counting, just for the record. I wanted to sit down and see if there was a way to mathematically figure out how many stitches you need to make a sphere. And so then I wrote a little computer program for it, and I've been using it and testing it, and basically it's custom to your yarn and hook size that you choose. You put in the dimensions that you want, and then it spits out a pattern, and then you follow the pattern, and you should end up with a sphere. So anyways, what's in this basket is my test spheres, because I'm trying this across lots of different yarn, lots of different sizes, to make sure that my thought process is accurate. And not only that it's accurate, but that it actually plays out well in the real world. In Dreamland, I will one day turn this into an app. I think I will make this happen at some point in my life. I don't know when. Like I said, I've got more testing to go. The math itself is good, but getting it to actually take the numbers and turn it into a crochet pattern is a little dicier. And then if I do want to turn it into an app, I've got to figure out how to code that. That's a whole other project. Anyways, this is just to keep playing around with the basket. I don't know that it's a frogget or finish it. Technically it's a finish it because I'm going to finish these spheres. But yeah, that's what's going on with this basket. After I finished filming, I found this other project that I missed. That makes this project number 20, and it's going to be a top. I will most likely finish it. Since I started filming the video and posting it, I also started on another project because why not? And I crocheted a basket from start to finish. So after all that, I only have 4 frogget projects, which on the one hand is good because it means I'm not undoing a ton of my work. At the same time, it's bad because I've got a lot of projects still in the works behind me. But at least now I know where things stand. I'm motivated to get these finished this year, and hopefully next year I will be able to say, oh yeah, I got my 5 whips completed in 2025. Now I want to hear from you. Do you have a lot of whips, and would you consider frogging some of them? I've got another video that talks about my philosophy on this if you want to check that out. But regardless of whether you decide to frog or finish your projects, I hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse at the projects I've been working on. Here's to finishing more of our crochet projects than we start in 2025. Happy crafting!